view used to be in the yellow house, but they moved to the other side of the canal. And if you, of some reason, would fly over Malmö, you would see that this building looks like a flounder from above. And this big green glass building belongs to the university. And this building is called the Hook by the students, since it's big and green, just like the superhero. And Malmö University, or Malmö Playground, as a neighbor university in Lund calls it, opened in 1998, and today it has around 25,000 students. And my mom is actually one of them. Malmö University also has one of Sweden's biggest education programs, teacher education programs. And on the facade you can read where it says freedom and knowledge, written in many different languages, to reflect the university's goal of being an international and pluralistic institution. You can also read quotations from the rapper Tim McSue and the poet Hjalmar Gullberg. I don't think you know them, but they're world famous here in Malmö. Made by the Swedish artist Carl Fredrik Reuterswärd, and it was made after that John Lennon was shot in New York in 1980. And this sculpture can be seen in over 30 places in the whole world, and one of them is outside the UN headquarters in New York. Right side we see a skyscraper, and that is called the Crown Prince. It was built in the 1960s, and back then they had an idea that in the same place where you would live could also be kindergarten, stores, offices, a church, and even a bowling hall. But now there's not much left of that in the building. And if you see this small part of a stone wall up here to the right, that is what we think Malmö's old city wall used to look like back in the days. Malmö is sometimes called the City of Parks, and we are between two of them right now. Up here to the left we have the King's Park, and it's quite an exotic park with over 120 different kinds of trees. In the springtime there's a tree called balsampoplar, which smells strongly of balsam turpentine, and in the autumn there's a tree called katsura, which smells strongly of freshly baked cookies. On the left side, that is actually the bridge where my parents got engaged. And keep them in mind, because there will be another story about my parents in just a little while. And now I will stop talking for just a bit so you can enjoy these nice views of the parks here in Malmö. Introverts. But as you maybe have noticed, when you wave to them from a boat, they happily wave back. And that is because we know that we are on a safe distance. We can wave to each other, but we don't have to talk to each other.
Masagana sa puno dito talagang yan oh. Puro trees talaga siya. So ano.
And if you see this big yellow house up to the left, that is Casino Cosmopole. So if you need some more money on your vacation, you know where to find it. Good luck. And maybe I am the one that has a bit of extra luck that the casino is located right here. Because if it wouldn't be, maybe I wouldn't be standing here today. My parents actually met at the casino. And no, in the 90s it wasn't a casino. It was a nightclub and restaurant.
Ganda oh. Ayan, kapag gusto ni Nicola hulihin, hawakan. Wala siyang pagkain dala. Ayan o.
Do you remember Eric of Pomerania, the pirate lady king that became a pirate? He brought the coat of arms to Malmö, and you can see it on the middle of the next bridge. It's the Malmö Griffin. And if you don't know what a griffin is, it's a mix between a lion and an eagle.
Lion and eagle.
An old churchyard in Malmö. And over the years, a lot of people have wanted to change this place into something else. For example, in the 70s, some politicians wanted to make a parking lot out of it. But those plans were thankfully stopped, and the dead can rest in peace. Busy traffic here in the canal today.
May traffic. Laki nung ano? Dine in? Oh, that's nice. Dine in. Yan, kumakain sila sa boat dito sa ano, nakalutang dito sa... Yan.
And this is our best friend here in the canal, Death Loads.
Floating dine in.
And up here to the right, we have Super Falafel, a small restaurant that sells falafel. And falafel has become very popular here in Malmö. And for just 40 to 60 Swedish crowns, you get a delicious lunch. And if you order falafel, be prepared to get the question, all vegetables and mixed sauce. And remember to ask without the pickle if that's your taste preference. I, on the other hand, think that the pickle is the best green in the whole meal. And Malmö has a very international cuisine, so don't be afraid to try something new while you're here. Never mind Swedish food, you will find meatballs and lingonberry jam at IKEA back home. And now I need help from everyone aboard to help me count the cats that are sitting on the stairs of 32. And the stairs, they continue after the bridge.
11. 11 sila. $19.08. Sport admin. Wala yun po.
Alright, how many cats did you find? We have one offering that's 4 cats. Does anyone have to say something against that? I'm sorry, you're wrong. The right answer is 5 cats. And they were placed on the stairs. And they were placed on the stairs by the artist who liked cats, so that no one is going to feel alone while sitting here. And I think you made the right choice of boat. If you would have chosen one of these, you would have to use all your leg muscles, and they don't have a nice guide on board those boats either. And the next bridge is the lowest bridge of the tour, so be careful.
Lower bridge. The lower bridge.
And up here to the right, in the yellow and white buildings, we have Malmö's oldest school, Malmö Latin School. It was founded over 600 years ago by the Pope. And back then it was a priest school for boys, but today it's just a regular high school. But sometimes it can be good to have the Pope as a founder. For example, for 20 years ago when the school needed a new roof for their auditorium, but there were no money so they couldn't build it. Then someone had an idea. Can't we just write a letter to the Pope and ask him to sponsor the new roof? And they wrote the letter and back came the money. But of course they didn't mention that the school isn't Catholic anymore. So if you need some more money on your new bathroom renovation, just try to send a letter to the Pope. And up here to the right, in the brick building, we have Malmö's main fire station. It's over 100 years old and was designed by the architect Alfred Alvidius. And Alfred was a
Fire
respected
station.
architect here in Malmö.
100 years ago.
Respected he was, until he was found dead in a bathroom, together with a factory worker. And the cause of the death, you may wonder. It was carbon monoxide poisoning. It was the warm water heater that had leaked gas and killed them. And the irony was that it was Alvidius himself that had designed the gasworks. Fish here in the canal, you are able to, and the most common fish is perch, but here also lives flounder, eel, herring, and maybe a rat or 2.
Mini fish here? Ito yung tubig na ano na galing sa dagat. Ito ay running water,
In
hindi
Sweden,
isda.
we have something called pump, and that's a part of a recycling system. It's when you go to the supermarket and buy a bottle of beer or juice or soda, and when you have drunken it all up, you can go back to the supermarket and return the empty bottle.
Ah.
You will get 1 or 2 Swedish crowns back. But some people don't need a little extra money, and they choose to do something else with the bottle. Look up at the next bridge and you will understand what I'm talking about.
Yan. Ginawa nilang ganyan, no? Sinasabit nila, ayaw nilang ikuan. Yan.
Do you remember the white apartment building in the beginning of the tour with 10 floors? Well, that was built in functional style. And this house up to the right is built in new functional style. And this house is built to look like a cruise ship.
Cruise ship, like a cruise ship, really? Yes.